Welcome to Cigars and Hip Hop. A show about hip hop during its golden age era.
Turn my mic on.
We'll also be discussing cigars and drinks that we enjoy during the discussion.
What's in your cup? What you be smoking up?
And now, let's get on with the show.
No.
Continue, but I just want to remind you, we're celebrating today our year anniversary.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
I
say
think,
it ain't 420.
come on.
It ain't 420.
We can definitely pile up all conversations we've had throughout the year. So this is a good conversation.
It's all good.
But
Congratulations, y'all.
Yeah, cheers.
Thank you, man.
But yeah, anyways, Tupac is like, and I don't disagree with Master Ace, Big Daddy Kane, Cool G Rap. Those three are, if you never listen to them, you're doing yourself a disservice by not listening to them. Master Ace is still going strong.
Oh yeah.
Like, he does a lot of shows in Europe right now, but man, he was part of the Juice Crew. Him and Big Daddy Kane were part of the Juice Crew, right?
Yep.
And Coogee Rap. So Marley Marl is a fucking genius. Let's throw that out there first of all.
Yep.
Because he put them all on the symphony. But me growing up, Big Daddy Kane was kind of towards the end of his kind of like limelight career as far as like a presence in the hip hop community.
Yeah.
It started to kind of like switch into that G-funk gangster rap type of stuff.
Yeah.
Big Daddy Kane's pretty much catalog is all like party joints. Club anthem type of stuff, like back then, right? Not like how it is now, club anthem, but Ain't No Half Steppin', all that stuff was all like, that was all party stuff. The party music kind of started to dwindle when you got to the 90s, when like basically NWA busted in the door.
West Coast, yeah.
Even Tribe Called Quest started busting in the door, and they're more of like that, chill hip hop sound.
Yes.
You had a lot of other like groups that came in, Diggable Planets, a bunch of other like, started coming in the 90s, and then Ice Cube breaks off, the West Coast starts coming up big and stuff like that. So I started growing up with that stuff. And then when I heard the greatest album of all time in 96 or 95, 96, All Eyes on Me, nothing was ever better than that album in my opinion. Illmatic is one of the greatest albums ever made, but to me, All Eyes on Me was the greatest, even though people think Dr. Dre produced that whole album. He only produced 2 songs on that album. Half of that, pretty much, I think majority of all that is Daz Dillinger.
Yeah, Daz. Yeah.
Like, even the songs that Dr. Dre produced, Daz Dillinger did pretty much most of the work on it.
I agree with you on that.
Like, to me, that's the greatest West Coast album of all time.
Yeah.
And it's debatable. And I'm always open to...
I wouldn't debate with you on that, because when I think of that double album, I can't think of one song on there that
is not a knock.
Is not. Every song on there came out was heat. Yeah. Was heat.
Yeah.
Every single song.
He had George Clinton on that.
Yeah.
Like, oof, man.
It was just, that whole album was just hot. And at the time, nothing could stand next to it. It was just, and in the matter of time that it came out too, because he had just got released from jail, and it seemed like the next morning the album was on the fucking on the fucking record on the shops. But man, it was just, that album will always be an all-time favorite, bestseller. I'm telling you, but
it's a diamond album.
Diamond. So how many millions copies?
That's 5 million copies sold. That's worldwide. Or that's United States. Not even worldwide sales.
Just U.S. Because we still got the U.K. We still got Asia. Shit,
he went 3 times platinum in Australia. This album went 3 times platinum in Australia, platinum in another, and then platinum again in Australia, platinum in Belgium, 2 times platinum in Canada.
Hold on. Start from Australia again, because platinum is a million. So we're gonna talk about
3 times platinum.
So that's 3 million.
So that's 3 million in Australia. Platinum in Austria.
That's 4.
Platinum in Belgium.
5.
2 times platinum in Canada.
7.
He went gold in France.
Okay, 7.5.
Germany 2 times platinum.
Okay, we at 9.5 now.
Netherlands is 3 times platinum.
Damn, that's 12.
So Poland is gold.
So that's 12.5. We at 12.5.
Switzerland is platinum.
13.5.
New Zealand 2 times platinum.
15.5.
United Kingdom platinum.
16.5.
And now United States diamond.
When you said that was 10 million?
That's 5 million sold.
5 million? Okay, so we're looking at 21.5.
And this is without stream.
21,500,000.
Like, it's amazing to me. Like, anyways, that's to me is like it's the greatest. I know again this is off topic, so I apologize for throwing this off topic.
No, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool.
And if
I
I
just-
just had a
but if I'm gonna- if I-
quarter off of each one of them fucking albums, damn.
Right.
I
Even if you got 35 cents, which is basically probably what they got. Well, I think that's probably about what I think they said like Mariah Carey got like 17 cents, and that was like the highest off of an album at that point.
could wipe my ass with weed toilet paper.
That would be nice.
But
About some sticky icky. Shit.
ooh wee.
Ooh-wee.
But yeah,
Make a new strain.
I mean, I don't even remember where I was going with this now. I just
Salute to the
just-
Snoop Dogg.
just Kanye West, like to me, like when he's just not relevant when it comes to stuff like that. Like we're in the years of streaming. We're in the years of like people being able to have music right away. And I remember having to go. Well, I had to beg my mom to buy that album for me because I wasn't 18. Because back then, parental advisory.
Yeah.
Who we can thank Uncle Luke for that.
Each birthday.
But yeah, it's man, the greatest album in my opinion, or greatest West Coast album of any generation is that album. We can disagree to agree that
No.
Illmatic is the greatest album ever made. That's what
Illmatic.
people say. I think it's the greatest East Coast album ever made, but it's very close to. There's other albums I think that are just right on point with it, but none of them actually hit harder than Illmatic because Nas is a fucking monster. But I think Ready to Die is still right close to that. I think Enter the 36 Chambers is right there with it.
Didn't they? Hold on. Enter 36 Chambers. Didn't they just celebrate an anniversary?
Yeah, it was like what 35th?
35th?
Yeah, I think 35th. Yeah.
1994, I think that album came out.
Is that
35? No, that would be
35 years. That's 25 years.
25 years.
Yeah, I think it's in
Is it?
mid-20s.
Because I think it's 94 when that. I think both Illmatic and
94 Illmatic.
94 is Illmatic, and then Enter the 36 Chambers is 94 or 95. I think it might be 95 is Enter the 36 Chambers.
Well, I don't know when that shit came out, but that shit was heat.
Yeah.
That shit is, man, those dudes, I was lucky enough to, 93 it came out.
Okay.
I was lucky enough to see the Wu-Tang Clan in its entirety
With ODB?
with ODB.
Wow.
When they came to San Francisco
Lucky as hell.
in like
Yeah.
97, I think it was. They played at, what the hell is that? I forgot the name of the not the Fillmore.
Warfield?
Is that the one that's downtown? It has like a balcony and then it's just an open spot.
I think that's the Warfield.
Okay, I saw them there, and greatest concert I ever seen in my life was that Wu-Tang concert. Like, Killer Army came on before them, and they almost got into a fight with the crowd. Like, it's one of the dopest concerts I've ever been to. But again, like I was saying, so the top 4 albums I would say East Coast that battle. Nas's Illmatic would have been Ready to Die, Enter the 36 Chambers, and Reasonable Doubt.
Yeah.
I think are the 3 albums that are very close to Illmatic, but they just missed something. I think Illmatic hits on all cylinders. For the East Coast, for the West Coast, to me, it'll always be All Eyes on Me, and I'll always debate that. And I'll debate that till the day I die. Just because.
I feel it. I mean, I just got after you guys talking about like almost like I want to say your top 3, right? It was your top 3. I was just thinking about it like in terms of like the Gaza rap, and then Chris mentioned like on the other side of the devil. I'm like, you know what? Like, if I were to say that there's rap gods, like the rap devil, I want to say it would have to be Eminem. Like, I can't see anyone battling him and winning. Like, like he's like most of his diss tracks, most of his like bars have been like untouched. Like his rebuttal for just going after Machine Gun Kelly was crazy. But like, yeah, like I want it, like, because I was gonna put them in my him around like the top 3, but like I feel like he's too much of his own pedestal to like even compare him to Tupac, compare him to Biggie. Like, of course, Biggie and Tupac to me are they're always gonna share the top spot. I can't like put one over the other. Unfortunately, I love both of their catalogs. Both, even though Biggie has a shorter catalog than Tupac, I enjoy his catalog just as much as I do Tupac's catalog. And for different reasons, like, you know, like they both come from different backgrounds, and I admire them both as artists. As far as who would go underneath them, I would agree Nas. And some people might hate I put Jay-Z under Nas, but Jay like, I don't know. I feel like Nas has better content in terms of like, well, more thought out. That could be debatable. That's definitely debatable. Trying to think who I would put underneath those two. I mean, after that, it would be really hard. I mean, in terms of like underneath Eminem, maybe Tech Nine. And that's only because of the fact that he's very versatile in the way he can switch up his flow. And this might be off topic. I don't know if you guys heard that X-Rated just got out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I saw that online, and I flipped shit because I was like, I didn't think it was gonna get out.
Because he's been in since what, 90 something.
Yeah, he's been in for 2 decades.
93?
Or wait, three decades. Yeah.
Like, I remember like the whole time growing up in the whole Bay Area rap scene was like, he was like a mythical figure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I remember his billboard.
Yeah.
He had a billboard, and this even, it looked hella sinister. It looked like, you know, it was just weird, trippy.
Right.
Yeah.
But what did he do? Did he rob a Pizza Hut or something?
I forgot what. You know what? It's been so long.
No, I think it was a shooting that he took the rap for. I think I was talking to my boy about this because I was curious too. Because when I first heard about X-Rated when I first coming up, my boy was telling me that this guy was hella sick, that he's been in jail for a minute, and that he wasn't gonna get out. And so when I heard that he got out, I was really intrigued. I was like, whoa, here's a guy who I haven't heard in a minute, and now he's putting out music right away. He linked up with Brother Lin Chong. He's on his new project. I'm excited to see what he's gonna do because it's been a long time since we've seen him do something with music.
Rapped and changed.
Yeah. A lot of things have happened since then.
The industry has changed. Yeah.
Like he was in there when Biggie and Pac got shot and died. You know what I mean? Like, he was in there for a lot of the major things in hip hop. And so it's gonna be. I want to see what's gonna happen next in the next coming year with his music. I am looking forward to seeing what his projects are gonna come out to be.
I mean, hopefully, it'll still be relevant.
Yeah.
He was convicted of murder.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying.
He's been released on parole after being convicted of murder 24 years ago.
I don't know why I thought it had something to do with a Pizza Hut.
But I think it might. I think that might just like part of it. But
nigga just high, and
he was doing music from the payphone in jail.
Yeah, that's right.
Shine did that too, didn't he?
Yeah, that's how he was recording all his albums.
That's right.
Through his boys on the line on a speakerphone recording bars while he's behind bars.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Brother Lin Chong, and then like, you know, he hooked up with Brother Lin Chong.
Made sick. Yeah.
That dude is, whew. Talk about Bay Area music. Whew. Man, I've been going through like this mental struggle lately of just like Bay Area rappers.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about like, they always talk about like in New York, like who would be, or they talk about in the NBA, right? Who would be on the Mount Rushmore of the NBA, right?
Yeah.
Like Jordan, Bird, Magic, Kareem for some people, or, you know, whoever, Shaq for others, whoever. right? It's always debatable back and forth. And so I started thinking about
Named
like
a couple Lakers.
Again with this.
we don't. The Warriors are a relatively new team. We got our own legends, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, Rick Barry.
You got Rick Barry, you got Chris Mullen, you got the Run TMCs, you got
Name dropping.
Al. What the fuck is his I always get his last name wrong. Addles.
Yeah, Al Addles.
Al Addles. You got that. You got. We had Spreewell, the choker. We had Chris Webber his rookie year until he went a little biznatch on us.
Yeah.
We had Monta Ellis, well, whatever. We had Jason Richardson. We also had a lot of shit. But in any case, so I was thinking about this the other day. It was like people always talk about like the Mount Rushmore of like New York rap. And I started thinking about like Bay Area, Mount Rushmore. And I started like, when I'm on the train in the morning, I start writing down a bunch of like, who would be my top like 10, Bay Area, who's my top 10 LA, who's my top 10 South, who's my top 10 New York. I always do this every morning when I'm on the train and stuff like that. And I was like, every time I think about Bay Area music, I always forget Brother Lynch Hung.
Sacramento though.
That dude is so fucking nasty on the mic. Like,
Oh no, yeah, he's raw with it. He's raw.
Also, what he talks about is very disgusting.
Yeah,
but I appreciate his music, so I don't. I tend to look past it.
I mean, the thing is that he's really he does a really good job of writing down like projecting an image for the listener. Like the way he writes his verses to be very descriptive. When you're listening to it, you get the disgusting, vivid image of what he's speaking about.
Well, he kind of reminds me of I think. I don't know if he was before him or not. They may have been around the same time, but he reminds me of Tech Nine. He's like the big Tech Nine, where it's just like
I think he was there before.
Like I know Tech
I could be wrong
for a real long time.
Yeah.
Obviously Tech Nine's from the South or whatever, but
Kansas,
But he has
Shout out to Kansas.
He has a big following out in the Bay Area as well.
Kansas.
The Bay Area loves Tech Nine.
Missouri.
Yeah.
Kansas, Missouri.
Well, they're also saying too that they thought like Tech Nine was part of the Mac Drake.
Oh yeah,
but
that was didn't they catch the dude? He was another rapper, right?
But then they disproved it, and Brother Lynch Chung did an interview about it, and he was like, "I got nothing but love for the Bay."
Yeah,
and the Bay loves Tech Nine. I love Tech Nine.
Yeah, I do too.
But like Brother Lynch Chung reminds me a lot of like Tech Nine, not as necessarily the lyrical skill,
no,
but more of like the content of like just the overall image that he can portray in a song and stuff like that.
The darkness of it.
Yeah, the darkness of it.
He got that one beat now though. It's like some old school breaking type shit.
Yeah,
I forget the name of it. But man, I was hooked on that dude. That was like listening to that every morning on my way to work. It reminded me of that old school Planet Rock type.
Yeah, he used Cybertron. Clear.
That shit, man.
Oh, he did? Okay.
But yeah, it's nice to see a lot of. Sorry, don't mean to cut you off.
Cool, man.
I was gonna say it's just nice to see a lot of the. It's nice to see X-Rated out of jail.
Yep.
And I hope he puts out some music. I don't know how well younger generation are going to adapt to his music.
Exactly.
But I know like a lot of the old like Bay Area cats that like listen to Bay Area music and stuff like that. I know we definitely are looking forward to hearing some new work, because I just started listening to a name that popped up on recently too in my head. Started listening to Sibo again.
Oh yeah, Sibo. Yeah.
And I was like, damn, I haven't heard. I like literally on the train was like, I said out loud, damn, I have not listened to Sibo in like 15 years.
I'm gonna touch up on that in a minute.
And his album, the last album he came out in 2017, that shit was fire. I listened to that shit on the train. I was like, damn, this shit is fucking amazing. I was like, how have I slept on Sibo for so long? Like I just forgot about it. I
mean, the thing is that there's so much new Bay Area cats coming out. It's really hard to keep up with everyone.
I enjoy so much Bay Area music.
No, I'm good.
Like shout out to the Heartbreak Gang. I've been listening to them a lot.
Yep, I Am Sue.
Pilo.
Yeah,
I Am Sue. Like those dudes to me are like, they make that little bit more fast paced Bay Area music. Not necessarily hyphy. They're not hyphy, but it's kind of like they have like you can kind of tell that it's like a brainchild of the hyphy movement in a way. Just kind of like the way that the speed of their songs go and stuff like that.
I have a question for you guys.
Okay.
Why is it that, I mean, there's a lot of names going around about the Bay Area rappers.
Yeah.
It's just, has the Bay Area radio scene just really, underrepresented Bay Area?
No, yes and no, because lately I've been seeing a lot of 106.
No, but I'm talking, past.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
I would say past, not so much, because we obviously had the Palo Alto station, KPOO, that did a lot of they showed a lot of love to not just Bay Area music, but like to a lot of underground music, which was nice because you got that kind of alternate flavor. But I think there was a lot of cats like Davey D, to a certain extent. Chewy.
That's cool, but also Sway. I mean, Sway started in the Bay Area.
Yeah, Sway bounced to New York though.
He started in Oakland, didn't he? Is he in Oakland?
Well, he's from Oakland.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But him and King Tech, those are my favorite DJs of all time, radio DJs of all time. Them, Trace and Franzen also represented the Bay pretty hard. Like CMC,
California Music Channel.
Yeah, until it turned to the country music channel at 5 o'clock. They represented pretty hard for the Bay. They showed a lot of like the Bay videos. Like you saw a lot of like Mac Mall's videos, Richie Rich's Too Short, E40. Because obviously those videos didn't get a lot of love on BET and MTV. So CMC, and I think like New York had like the Rock Box.
Yeah.
State videos. Mm-hmm. We had CMC that kind of showed, but unfortunately, like with radio, money talks. So it's like, if you're not paying to get play.
Yeah. Also after Clear Channel started taking over all
right.
These,
Y'all remember it used to be, this was probably like 90, early 91, 92. They used to have a channel called The Box.
Yeah.
And you used to have to pay. You could pay through your phone for videos.
To watch a video.
I think it was like 99 cents or $1.99, something like that. I remember getting my first phone bill. That motherfucker was like $500 because at the time I was watching. I still remember. I don't know what the number was. I want to say it was like 187 or something crazy, easy to remember. But it was 2 Live Crew, Pop That Coochie.
Yeah.
And then that's what the one that they were playing on TV, but on the box, since you had to pay, it was Pop That Pussy. You got the whole X-rated one. I mean, that was the shit. But we don't have that no more. But back to what you was asking, Frank. We had the KPOO. I think we had KZSU. We had those. But when I look at the KMEL, they did for a minute play a lot of West Coast Bay Area shit. And I can remember seeing billboards with like E40 on it and Too Short. But they got away from it and they started to mainstream all that other shit. And like you said, who could pay for it?
Right.
I'm sure the budget that Jay-Z had was a hell of a lot more higher than the budget that E40 and the Click had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and also, too, like a lot of Bay Area, like in the early, let's say mid-90s-ish, was like, it was all hustle game. Like, I remember, like, you couldn't go and buy a romp compilation. You had to like know somebody who had it, and then you had to like pay $5 for it. Like I remember the first time I heard Mac Dre was on a romp compilation in like '93, even though he was been out since '89. That was the first time I heard him, and I was like, dude, who the fuck is this guy? This dude is like amazing. Yeah. And then my boy Kiko, shout out. He was like, yo, he hooked me up with all my Bay Area stuff. Like because he had an older brother who would get all the music. He would hook me up, and then that's how I like started getting up on the Bay Area music. It just kind of sucks because like Bay Area doesn't necessarily, even though we're a big market, we're a small market when it comes to radio.
Yeah.
You got to go to LA or you got to go to New York because those are the two biggest markets and they don't fuck with our shit out there. But we break all their shit out here.
Man, crazy.
Like, and then you have all the South guys that came up here to get their shots. And then
Master P.
Master P. I mean, he was
Was he Vallejo? What?
Vallejo. He had a record store out there, I think it was. But yeah, it's just it kind of sucks. Even the game was up here for a while. He was fucking with San Quinn for a long time.
Yeah.
And then they had their little beef or whatever. But it just sucks because San Quinn doesn't have the necessarily. He probably has like a solid following in these other cities, but not like, you know, as big as the Game.
I mean, he's still doing music. He's still putting out people. He's actually I think his son is doing music. Galaxy Adams, I think is his name.
That dude is San Quinn to me is the most underrated, like biggest
Bay rapper,
star ever. Like all the shit that he did in the '90s that he put out, like the Black and Brown productions and shit that he did. That like he basically was like one of the first people to like kind of like unite like Latinos and African Americans together to like make music and shit. Like, like I remember, I think he did 17 Reasons.
Yeah, with Gotos,
which is like one of the greatest like. And this is before mixtapes, right? Because compilations are different than a mixtape. It's just like one artist, and they do a bunch of different like remixes of shit. But a compilation is like you got 18 to 24 songs. Each song is by somebody different.
Like
but it
by someone
represents
different.
a whole like idea. And that was like I remember when 17 Reasons came out. I was like, dude, and all of my friends that were. I don't know if they were actually banged, but they claimed they banged, right? Like,
I mean, most
they read something, but this was like, you know, like some that compilation to me still is like one of the best Bay Area compilations that I've ever heard in my life. Like, I still listen to some of the songs to this day. Like, I still listen. They have a Messy Marv song on there that he did, and then the follow up, which was 18 with a Bullet.
Yeah, that's right.
Was pretty solid, and I think it came out like a year or 2 years after.
I think you're right about
like in '98 or '99. I think he came out, and I was like, man, this shit is. San Quinn to me is like he is like the biggest. Like he doesn't get a lot of respect that he probably should get, and he doesn't get the notoriety that I think he should get in the Bay Area. But yeah, I'm glad that he still makes music. I still am glad that he has such a great ear and a great mind for direction of how to push out artists and stuff like that. Like, man, that dude is so dope too. I think he's a dope ass fucking music person. I
mean, the thing about San Quinn that I admire is that when you hear him rap, it's always something. Like you can, I don't get tired of San Quinn. I don't when I hear him, I just don't get tired of him. I whether it's a feature or whether it's just him on a track by himself. He is dope all around, and I do agree that he is underrated. I feel like he doesn't get as much credit as he does deserve. You're right. Trying to think who else in the band. Oh, Kuna, yeah. Wow, I haven't heard that name in a while.
That's a name you haven't heard in a while. I listened to Kuna too.
Andre Nicotina.
Oh, yes. He, you know what's funny about Andre Nicotina is that I didn't know that he drew his own covers. Like
AKA Dre Dog.
Yeah.
AKA Dre Dog. Just throw that out there for people who.
Yeah, like and he's an interesting rapper. I like the way he flows. I also would like to say he brings me nostalgia in terms of the way he raps. Like he's correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like he's a very good storyteller. He likes to. I like the way he writes his verses, the way he flows, the swag that he brings to it. It's very unique. Like he is one. He along with Too Short and who else? Mac Dre. Like these are artists in the Bay that have their unique style that no one can there will never be another Mac Dre. There will never be another Andre Nicotina. There will never be another Jacka. You know what I mean? Like, R.I.P. the Jack. You know what I mean? Like, you know what's crazy about the Jack? The Jack was very humble. I'll also say this right now. Like, I remember meeting him over there at Tan Fran for a signing. He just released Tear Gas. And this is one of the fondest memories I had because this is back when I was still like, this is back when I was barely starting getting into rap and stuff. And pretty much, I remember going to a signing with my boy. And we're like, oh, we're just going to get something signed, take a picture of him, we'll do. And for some reason, I had the balls to be like, hey, yo, how much for a verse? And he didn't hesitate. He's like, take my number down. I'm like, dude, that's what's up. Like, I only asked for a quote. You feel me? He literally handed me his number. He's like, yo, and I had it for a minute. And then I hit him up saying how much for a verse. And the thing is that since he was hella busy, I didn't get a chance to get him on a verse, which is unfortunate. But it was, just having that interaction with him was really cool. Just to see that, yeah, like he was humble. He was willing to like work with someone who wasn't nobody.
And that concludes another episode of Cigars and Hip Hop. Hip Hop. Hip Hop. See you next time.